Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It On. Good level everybody up. Some more stealth for Sagani. I actually know what to get. Now grab Resilient Companion. The Ranger's Animal Companion gains improved damage reductions against all damage types. The +6 DR. Alright, Haravius next. Gets more mechanics. Let's grab a bonus 4th level spell. I'll have more mechanics. I think I'm going to respec him and get rid of all of the points into lore and just focus on mechanics. I don't use scrolls anyway. Actually, let's hold off on this until we look at his spells, and then we can make up for whatever spell we don't get. We'll start with the Singe Grimoire. Merciless Gaze. Seen this before. Pretty sure. We've seen this before as well. Go ahead and grab that. Wall of Force we've also seen. So I don't think there's going to be anything new in this Grimoire. Hopefully the other one has some new stuff in it. I think so. This is Ninagoth's Shadow Flame. A curious variant of the ever-popular Fireball. Ninagoth's Shadow Flame causes freeze damage and paralyzes anyone caught in the area of effect. Sounds good to me. Let's grab that. Dimensional Shift. Switches the locations of the caster and one ally, leaving a shockwave between them that stuns all caught in the line of fire. Ninagoth's Death Ray. This more powerful variant of the common Ray of Fire spell inflicts raw damage, attacks the target's fortitude, and only affects enemies. Okay. These spells seem a little bonkers already. Ninagoth's Bitter Mooring. The target is hit with a Stuck Affliction and becomes an anchor for a frigid ray of energy from the wizard that does freeze damage to creatures in its path. Ninagoth's Freezing Pillar. Calls down an enormous spike of ice, pulsing freeze damage on enemies in the area of effect, and creating an intense circle of frost that can hobble foes it touches. Chain Lightning. Alright, so I think we've read all these before. Ninagoth's Killing Bolt. The spell inflicts a heavy amount of raw damage to the target. Any non-spirit felled by the attack will summon a specter under the caster's control. Tane's Chaotic Orb. Named for the eccentric Adirian wizard Tane. The Chaotic Orb bounces between a number of enemies, dealing damage and inflicting a variety of negative afflictions, including petrified, paralyzed, weakened, sickened, stunned, and blinded. Okay. Good stuff in there. Let us change his spells around in his grimoire. Wait. Oh, wrong one. Those aren't the spells that I was using. Also, I think about grabbing Spirit Shield instead of, like, Dazzling Lights. I'll use this. Let's grab that. Alright, I'm happy with these. What's next? I'm also happy with these. Alright, so let's not do Confusion. Let's do the Shadow Flame instead. For that awesome freezing fireball. I like the idea of Pool of Eora, but I think this might be better. I'm gonna keep it as is for now. I'm happy with that right now as well. That's the petrification effect. A lot of damage. It only targets foes. Let's grab that. And that. Alright, tuck that away in the inventory. Then we'll level them up. More mechanics. I guess Death Ring. Hardened Veil. Strengthens the wizard's arcane veil, providing a particularly high deflection bonus. Plus 25. Cool. Can't go wrong with that. Alright, guess we're all set. Alright, let's go back and level up the rest of our companions, and then we'll go to Defiance Bay and speak to Lady Webb.
May Wal watch your step.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
Alright, Kana. That will save your points. Oh, this has been really handy. I don't know if we've read these descriptions or these names. So they shielded their eyes against the vampire's gaze. The Chanter's allies gain a bonus to their will defense and to resist charmed, confused, and dominated afflictions. Her courage thick as steel. Provides a barrier that soaks up damage against the Chanter's allies. 30 points. Not bad. Old Seek would not rest till his hunger was sated. The Chanter's allies regain a portion of damage they inflict as endurance. Also not bad. I think I'm going to get this one. That is a list of nasty afflictions. Alright, Mind Plague. Pretty sure we've read this one before, right? I might respec her. use a gun instead. So it doesn't really matter what I choose here. I'll just grab marksman for now. Alright, save it for athletics. Already has more survival than he needs, I think. Tough call. Not sure what to grab here. Let's grab hold the line. Or better yet, no, superior deflection. Increases the character's deflection defense, plus 5 deflection. And also, I want to give him that belt. We currently have equipped. Yeah, we can do better. We have... It's knockdown effect instead. Awesome. Also, I could give him this club as well. Or I could wait. And give this to Minea instead. Have her dual wield this and something else. Maybe we'll hold off on that for now. I'm undecided. Let's keep it here so I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
See you when I see you.
Alright, she gets this instead of that, right? Let me double check and make sure she has the right weapon focus. Yeah. That's good. Buying this. Oh, it can't be a paladin. Okay, so maybe instead of a gun, I'll give her the arbalest. Alright, cause the prone affliction 10 times with one-eyed Melina's gold-fingered spike flinger to unlock the next level. A ridiculous name. Okay. Go do something like that.
Gores.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay, to Defiance Bay. I'm happy with our current setup. Where's she at? Brackenbury. Been so long since we've been to Defiance Bay. I don't remember where anything's at. Ooh, those hirelings are getting pricey, aren't they?
Before I knew it, up of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
Good story, Harabius. Thanks for sharing. Also, let me look at my quest log. I forgot to do that today. Forgot to turn this in. Alright, so we'll talk to Lady Webb, then we'll go back to Stalwart and turn in that other quest.
Huh.
Well, maybe I won't. I hold off on that quest
Sure.
until later. I feel like if I go back to Stalwart, I'll trigger something regarding the dream that we had and the second part of the DLC. So I might just hold off on turning that quest for a little while.
How fares your search? Yes?
Alright, there's something I can tell you about the Leaden Key's operations.
Well, let's hear it.
Leaden Key is manipulating a group of Ingwithan machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic.
I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
I want to discuss the animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
What is there to know about the Duke?
Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself. The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Donut Row into the hearings?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason.
She glances to one side.
It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
Farewell. Alright, so I've reconsidered. We're gonna go back to Stalwart real quick and turn in this other quest. If it triggers something else, that's fine, because we can always just leave. Not like completed quests just sitting in my quest log. And I can have that experience. And, oh, there. Are there any range guys? Because I need... What do I need? I'd really rather him just focus on blights. I need to take 100 damage from range attacks and is deal damage. Okay. Pretty straightforward.
Don't even slow it down!
Yes? That didn't work! Need to try something else!
So it might be a little time consuming, but we're gonna knock it out right now. But that was 5 damage. Why did it say... Let's take it 4.
Yeah.
You know what, this might be a little easier without armor and stuff equipped, so...
Sure.
Stop it! Let's...
Actually, you know what? No. We need,
Red.
her to take care of these guys.
On your...
Oh wow, that was really easy. She did 250 shock damage in that short fight. Awesome. Alright, so next, kill 5 Kith Druids with Stormcaller, or kill 25 enemies. A little specific. I assume once we go east, that'll be a lot easier to take care of. 25 enemies will probably be easier. Once Stormcaller belonged to a young navigator on a merchant ship in the Deadfire Archipelago. He had an almost preternatural gift for predicting the weather. You could smell a storm brewing a day's journey away. On her final voyage, she detected a cyclone forming in their path. She instructed the captain to change course and seek shelter in a nearby strait, which he did. Unfortunately, a pirate ship was waiting there. The merchant vessel was boarded, and its crew slain.
Yeah.
Scrawled note. Written on this scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including your name, your distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with in your brief time in Deerwood. I think we've read that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the first group of assassins we've dealt with.
Yeah.
Oh, your party is considered high level for the content in the White March Part 2. If you would like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty. Yeah, we've read this before. High level. I believe in our capabilities. And besides the dragon fight, I don't think we party wiped last time we were here.
While we wait, the enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die!
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian.
You approach the source of the commotion and see a throng of villagers. They're arguing amongst themselves and hurling questions and demands at a lone figure perched above them. The young man stands on a spur of rock, his clenched fist held aloft. Steam rises from his wild hair and flushed face as he shouts to the gathering.
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the iron flail took them.
He paces the outcropping, his eyes burning. You see a few scattered nods in the crowd.
Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
He brings his fist into his palm with a sharp smack. The crowd erupts, bristling with pointed fingers and pointed words. One woman steps forward, her eyes lock on the young man.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
Several of the others grunt and hoot. You feel a shift in the crowd like a changing tide.
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
A handful of others nod along with him, but they cringe and flinch as another villager joins the fray, shaking his finger at the young orator.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place. If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
The new accuser raises a chorus of furious cries. Darian raises his hands for calm. The crowd's wrath is snowballing. They continue listening.
Enough. Enough!
Darian waves for calm, but the crowd has worked itself into a frenzy. He scans the assembly, beads of sweat rolling from his temples. His eyes fall on you, and he points. Hey, I was trying not to get involved, this jerk.
You want to boot all the Outlanders from your town? Tell that to the hero of the White Forge.
A dozen heads turn in your direction. The villagers recognize you, their eyes widen with hope and reverence. Enough shouting. I want someone to calmly explain what's going on. He nods.
It's a small army from Raid Saris. They call themselves the Iron Flail.
At Darian's mention of the name, the rest of the crowd falls silent. The words trigger a sudden flashback to your dream of the mysterious army and the destruction of Caed Nua. As the image fades, you see once more the vision of 100 eyes, watching you and something just beyond.
Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge.
He avoids your gaze, scraping his boot against a rock. A few weeks.
They're led by Adarik Sendamir. Comes from an old Raid Saren family. But rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
Maybe I shouldn't share my visions then.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
Villager glares up at Darian, and most of his fellows are ignoring him by now. Darian raises his voice above the ruckus.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raid Saris. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago. We haven't seen our people since.
A low rumble ripples through the crowd. Darian hesitates.
That can only mean one thing.
Can you share the White Forge with the Raid Sarens? The villagers shout and squawk louder than ever.
After what they did to our neighbors?
Only thing they know how to do is start wars.
Maybe we could nudge them into torching their own village.
Please, everyone!
In the fragile silence that follows, the others turn and look at Darian.
Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates.
He looks back to you.
You've done a lot for Stalwart already. Many of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you.
He breaks off, look as if he'd like to stuff his words back into his mouth. After an uneasy pause, he swallows and continues.
What I mean is, if anyone could deal with an army, it's you.
Yeah, just show me where the fort is.
The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery, built their fort there.
He nods.
It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it. The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter.
Yeah, I'm not going to share this. I see.
Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here.
He gives the crowd a purposeful look. Grumbling, they start to disperse.
While you're out, stop by the battery. Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come.
He shrugs. Farewell. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to him yet. Sure, yeah, he's going to stay right there. I'm here to just turn in a quest, and then we're going to head back to Defiance Bay. This poor guy is still waiting outside the outhouse. Yeah, once we are done with, once we're ready to come back here, we'll do a thorough exploration of everything once again. All that stuff, but I'm barely injured.
You look like you've been in the wilds. You see my wagon out there?
Yara raises her mug. I found your goods.
You've saved my hide. I can't thank you enough, but I hope you'll take this.
She rubs her hands together. Fair enough. I'll take my reward then.
Here, as promised. Thanks again. With a little luck, I'll trade these blizzards in for a sea breeze soon enough.
All right.
You must gather your party before.
They who woke the stars. 35% experience, constellated cloak, and a major item. The Gonfathan astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide that destroyed Andra's gift took many of their instruments and notes and hid them out of fear they might be captured by Adirans. Decades after the war, the tribes recovered the astronomers' work. Unfortunately, all of the original astronomers had died, and much of their writing was penned in an unknown cipher. Two Valian dukes have offered a reward for anyone who can help crack the cipher for the Gonfathans. The tribes were reluctant to let anyone look at the notes, but believe it would be better to share their knowledge than let it remain a secret. I think Kana would be the best one for this. So off he goes. Now Kana just seems like a well-rounded character. Like most of these quests that seem like they're right up his alley. I could have sent Palangino on that one as well, since she worked for the Valian Dukes.
Sure.
I don't think, like, whichever companion you select changes the outcome of the quest, but I still try to choose the one I think is best suited for each one. Alright, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we will speak with the Crucible Knights about, I guess, letting us into the trial.
What did you say?
Nothing.
That's what I like about you.
Beg your pardon?
You don't talk much.
Sure.
Alright, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.